Much. My name is Mr. Zuka. Welcome back to my second edition of advertising campaign and campaign planning and execution. Now, quickly, we're looking at Association of Advertising Agencies of Nigeria (AAAN). Remember, the first one we discussed last before I ended last class was ACON, which is what? Which is advertisement what? Practitioners Council of Nigeria. Now, this one we are looking at Association of Advertising Agencies of Nigeria. So this focuses mainly on agencies, not individuals. Not individuals. Focuses mainly on agencies. They are members of this organization. So applicants must first of all retain basic requirements in the area of capital, staffing, accounts, and what infrastructures. So that is just what we're talking about. So if you look at the area of operations, the area of operations should be in the area of accounting, should be in the area of staffing, the area of the area of accounting, capital, and infrastructure. That is a major area of operation in AAAN. That is Association of Advertisement or Advertising Agents of Nigeria. Then we look at the structure. If you look at the structure is very, very compressed and very, very determined. So you must follow. There are so many departments in agencies which must very follow accordingly. And these agents has worked according to plan, select and realizing with media departments such as production department, we have the finance department, we have the administrative department, and we have the creativity department. These are set of departments found in the AAAN agencies. Then we also look at the Advertisement Association of Nigeria, ADVAN. They look at the Newspaper Appropriate Association of Nigeria and what they do and what they do. And we also look at the Outdoor Advertising Association of Nigeria. So these are associations that deals within the constitution. So you must look at those associations as those agencies that make things work out. So we have the Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, Broadcasting Association of Nigeria. Now, what do? They try to enlighten the association, which is referred to as the BON, Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria, which has the following structure. It has the General Assembly, it has the Central Working Committee, it has the subcommittee, it has the technical such as the finance, such as the news and program, legal, and the commercial, technical in finance, technical in news, technical in programming, technical in legal, technical in commercial. And we have number 5, we have the zonal group A to F, the zonal group in A to F. So the membership of BON is an institution. Is an what? Is an institution, not individual. It's an institution based on institutional basis, not individual. We have the Media Independent Practitioners Association of Nigeria, MINPA. So the focuses on the atmosphere of distrust, alignment, and hostility in the company. So the Media Independent Practitioner Association of Nigeria has 3 broad aims. It has 3 major aim. One in the contribution, the major aim, namely contributing to the improvement of the quality of service delivering of the industry. Number 2, empowerment of its membership. And number 3, enhancing the operational environment for the association. That is so what are the composition of main power? What are the composition of main power? One is to ensure the attainment of the goals of the news down meant one after the other. So let's quickly look at media of advertising. Media of advertising. Media of advertising. We shall be looking at the print media sector. Print media sector. Print media sector include the newspaper, the magazine, the billboard, the poster, the bulletins, the journals. And electronic media involves the radio, the television, the cinemas, films, motion pictures, home video, internet, and now the social media. All have a combined right and from the formative stages. So yes, you have to know how effective it works. So the Nigeria print media is rich and very, very flamboyant. So part of the secrets have been in its diversity. So focus on the sense of mission. So it began as a mission enterprise in Abeokuta. That is where it kicked off from. And that is how it has been rolling, moving from place to place, where we now have Z Group of magazine, where we now have the Albert Macaulay daily services, and so on and so forth. Another media, print media, we shall be looking at newspaper as platform for advertising. As advertising. So it's a massive readiness, popularity, attractiveness, reliability, and document what ability to make them a variable tools for advertising. So newspaper, it's very very it has been it's very very is an is of age. So if you look at it, it helps to enhance the operational capacity of an individual. It helps to enhance, and it's still one of the most variable tools to pass information, newspaper, to tomorrow. Now, if you look at the strength as a tools, let's see newspaper let's see the strength of newspaper tools of advertising. Why? Number one, variety of advertisement. Varieties. You see series of adverts happening here. So varieties of advertisement. Number two, massive outreach. Massive what? Outreach. Number three, daily and weekly appearance. Daily and weekly appearance. One, the strength again is that it is very, very flexible. It is very flexible. Very, very flexible. The next one is newspaper is transferable. Newspaper is transferable. Now we look at the next one, which is H. It's transferable. F, provide more detailed information. Newspaper provide more detailed information. And H is what? Is permanencies. Permanencies. Advertisement on newspaper can be stored and documented for future what? Retrieval. Permanencies. Wow. Application of colors can be edited. So this enables adverts to be often flamboyant and also visits and increases their strength. Number two, let's look at the weakness as a means of advert. Elitism. In order to satisfy educated audience, newspapers often concentrate on content that do not appeal to or serve the interests of their classes. So the audience is accordingly and unduly segmented. Elitism. Now, number two is linguistic barrier. So since it is only the educated who can read newspaper, this further limits the audience. So those who can read are those that can access newspaper. If you cannot read, focus on radio so that you can use your ear and listen. So number C is visual quality only. It does not have audio quality like the electronic media or exclusive the blind. No, it's visual. You must use your eye to see and read. So D is absence of musical value. Absence of musical value or melody. Musical value, including music and melody complements and enhances the efficacy of advertising as shown in commercial and jingle. So newspaper lack these features. Newspaper lack these features. It lacks these features, which is obtainable in the electronic world media. Look at magazine. Magazine as a form for advertising. So magazine are the most prestigious of all the publication in the print industries. So this has given it this has given it some outstanding position and elegance which make it the best among all. So this medium is in a class of its own with room and of its own. So if you look at the strength of magazine as a tools for advertising, what is the strength? Number one, documentation. Documentation. The strength of magazine as a tool for advertising, number one is documentation. Number two is coloration. Coloration. Number two is coloration. Number three, it serves many purposes. Magazines serves such purposes of information, education, and entertainment. Education, information, and entertainment. So this places them in a position to appeal to different classes of people for advertising varieties of product consumers, business, industry, trade, agriculture, professionals, and institutions. So number D is transferable. It is transferable. We are looking at the strength of magazine. It is transferable. E is specializes audience. So several classes of readers crave for magazine. So there are professional magazines such as fashion, monitoring. We have entertainment magazine. We have the housekeeping magazine. We have the gardening, among others. All these present opportunities for advertising between kinds of goods and services. Now, let's look at the weakness. The weakness or the weaknesses of magazine. Number one is very expensive. Very, very expensive. The high cost of production heighten the cost of placement of advertisement on the magazine. Yes. Number two is lack of flexibility. This is the case and therefore limits both the advertising patronage and the audience. Lack of what? Flexibility. Number C is lower circulation. Lower circulation. Yes, there is no more circulations because of the cost of printing or the cost of developing magazine. Now let's quickly look at the billboard as a means of advertising instruments. Billboard. We have talked about newspaper. We've spoken about magazine. Now let's look at billboard. Billboard. Billboard it can be called outdoor advertisements, and they have their own unique variables which differentiate them from others. Yes, they have their own unique variables which differentiate them from others. Now, if you look at the merits, of billboard, so certain features differentiate this medium from others. Certain features differentiate this from others. Those certain features, we are looking at number one, strategic positioning. Strategic positioning. It must be flexible. It must be versatile. It must be corporate. It must have a corporate impact. Color and wide coverage. Yes, these are the features you see in billboard. It must be very, very flexible. Flexibility, versatility, corporate impact, color, and wide coverage. So these attributes also translates to its advantages. It translates to its advantages. These features I just mentioned, there's an attribute which can be translated in their own advantage. Number one, strategic positioning. Strategic positioning, especially in terms of location. The position has to do with location, where the billboard is centered, cornered. Is it cities? Is it corners? Is it markets? Marketplaces? Which are exposed and accessible. Is access and is exposed and accessible. Number two is colorization. Colorization or coloration. Now, billboard use color to provide background illustration. They use color to provide background illustration. The activity goals, beauty, and highlights unique images, among others. So this makes the medium very attractive and lively. Number C is larger than life. Larger than life. The size of billboard are often as much as 300 by 30 inches, and therefore enables to present images larger than reality. Larger than reality. So it's very, very large. As large as that 300 by 30. Now we have environmental beautification. Environmental beautification. They add beauty to the environment. They add much beauty to the environment. So we should look at it and consider it done. So to look at the lower cost, it has been adjudged to be relatively cheaper than other media. Yeah, billboard. Yeah, it has been generally accepted that it's cheaper than other media. It's cheaper than other media like television, like radio, newspaper, magazine. It's unlike this one has lower cost. Billboard has the lower cost, depending on your size. Depending on your size. Although we have digital billboard, depending on what you want. So depending on your budget. So we have steadiness. Features or attributes of billboard. We have steadiness. It's very, very stable. So number one is message presentation. Billboard message is appropriate, is precise, is concise, and to the point. It just goes straight to the point, very precise, very appropriate, and prompt as to serve the people who are often in motion. People who are often in motion. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. People who are often in motion. Yes, despite the fact that it's been cited in a location. If you listen to what I said, he's cited in a location. That is what we say strategic positioning. Strategic positioning. So it is cited in a location where people that are under motion can see it. Whether you are driving or you are trekking, you must definitely see a billboard facing you directly. Now we have what are the demerits? We just look at the merits, that is the advantage of billboard. And now let's look at the demerit, that is advantages of billboard. What are the disadvantages? Number one is its exposure to hazardous weather condition. So when the weather condition is very harsh, it fades easily. So it's been exposed to hazardous weather condition. So be that due to rain, sunshine, harmattan, storm, hurricane, flood are part of this unfriendly atmospheric problem billboard faces. Others are five-form push, like burning, like defacing, like demolition, like deforestation, like damage from what? From witchcraft. So all these are part of the exposure to hazardous weather, which must be put into consideration. We have the restriction. Disadvantage number 4 is destruction by government. And number 6 is the operational cost. We're looking at the operational cost. And let's look at billboard media sector. Billboard media sector is very, very important to be considered because internet is another prominent extract in the billboard area industry. Yeah, full of innovation, full of fellowshipping, full of opportunities, full of dynamics because the internet has taken the world by storm. So we're looking at broadcast media. So aspect of the electronic media, which very popular in 1960 was cinema. And also emotion pictures and films. Cinema is fast. So losing its stream happened to be taking place each time. Now advertising has gradually taken place. So television started in Ibadan by Chief Awolowo, Chief Obafemi Awolowo, using NBA in 1959, and so on and so forth. So, what are the potentials for the broadcast sector? Yes, apart from their dynamism or diversity, the broadcast media has numerous potential, which accord them enormous respect as tools of advertising. Number one is their demonstration ability, their education, information, entertainment function, place the sector in what? In vintage position. Now we look at the prospect of broadcast sector, the prospect. So the quality of this sector going to be their number and impact. Their numbers and impact speak volume of the future of the sector of the scheme of advertising and also the need of platform for human, societal, national development, and these are the media for the future. Media for the future. Let's quickly look at radio as a platform for advertising. Now, radio pioneered electronic mass communication service in Nigeria in 1932, and as a tool, advertising radio has the following advantage. Let's look at the strengths and weaknesses of radio, strengths and weaknesses of radio. From the strength angle, is a strength angle that means they are looking at the advantage of radio to advertising. Massive outreach, because you have the audience you are targeting, so there's a massive outreach. We have number 2, minutes, technical operational radio. We have the so minutes. So the minutes they are minor in the technical crew. So the number 3 is absence of linguistic barriers, and they have non-elitist radio. We have the potential. We have the portable radio. We have the cast effectiveness, or the number next we have the cost efficiency. Now number next we have the varieties of advertising program. So below are the disadvantage simply means a transit medium or the audio only. Then we just the audio only, and the what, and the disadvantages is transit medium and audio only. Visual is not included, just the audio sound. Shown as a special advertising tools. Television as a special advertising tool. Television as a tool of communication is an improvement on radio. It has a special additional qualification of visual appeal. Then let's quickly look at the strength or the advantage of it. Advantage of television is that as a means it has the following: audio visual quality, and look at the color quality. Number 3 is the massive audience, linguistic barrier breakage. Now we look at the audience involvement. We look at the product use, demonstration. Number G is entertainment value. We look at the cost of sponsor. We also have another advantage: instant effect. The disadvantage of it is that it is transit. It is illicit. It lacks what? Potentiality or portability. It lacks portability. Number D, electric what? Requirement. It must require electricity before you can listen to television. So high cost. Number D is quality of what? Quality of production. Then we look at the prospect of television. The medium with the color presentation, massive outreach, and what? Audio visual quality is the medium to beat as long as those quality upsets. Now look at advertising through cinema. So cinema, film, or motion picture is another medium of advertising. We keep listing means you can advertise your product. So cinema, looking at there's so many of them. So cinema penetrates rural communities. What are the merits? The merit is so voluminous. The merit is that it has audio visual content, color presentation, audience participation, leads to extended information, product demonstration, entertainment value as well, and larger than life image. Then what are the demerits? Number 1 is unimpressive audience. Now too technical, distorted conveyed message. Number D is need for power supply, limited subject handles, and so on and so forth. We look at internet and social media as a tool for advertising. So internet is one of the new entrants among the existing channel for advertising. Internet has been one of the major things that is happening right now. So internet is very, very massive and more extensive for existing what media. And what are the advantage? We have one of the advantage is that the world awaits medium. The world amating medium. The world amating medium. So internet offers incredible and irresistible advertising outlets. Yes. So in such, the outlets to include the following: multimedia, Usenets, e-sponsorship, classified e-advertisement, internet chat room, video conferences, internet telephone, visual or virtual mail, e-exhibition, e-coupons, e-event marketing, e-public relations, e-printing, e-publications, virtual library. So where internet may be taking us to, although the internet is already celebrating as the best way to happen in terms of communication war, and that is exactly what is happening. So now we're talking about a target audience. One of the advantage of internet is that they have target efficiency. And that one is interactivity, and they have tracking, message delivery, flexibility. Look at the last stage, which is advertising campaign execution. So which is a crucial point which finally determine the outcome of the entire processes of the enterprise. You consider the critical preparation arrangement. You also consider how everything is done systematically. You also consider the multiple approach of one goal. You must consider the systematic approaches of each goal, and everything is done in an appropriate manner. So a proper planning is carried out when remain is effective implementation. It's all about implementing. So proper planning is going on systematically. And when you look at it, you know that it has steps. So for implementing campaign, you must put the tasks to work. For you to implement the campaign, number one step you have to do is to implement the campaign. Implementing the campaign means that you must put it to work. And once you put it to work, everything works fine and good. Now we have what is called advertising. What I just lecture now is the pre-advertising, whereby you can put it to work. Then this one is the post-advertising, where execution and evaluation is being taking place. One, you must advertising evaluation is called advertising evaluation. And once advertising evaluation, it provides the data, the information, what is required, what is highly required. And once it's required, and there are regulation agencies that are backing all this up. Regulation agencies, we have number one, establishment of the APCO. Number we have that one that was established, and it moves accordingly for code of conduct for just to take appropriate cost and ensure that everything works accordingly. And they have strength. We have different agencies. We have the Association of Advertising Agencies of Nigeria. We have the Advertising Association of Nigeria, the AVAN. We have the AAAN, which I've treated initially, and I've touched all this in detail in my previous class. And once you look at it, these are agencies, and there are structures that they are investigating on. And once they evolve on that structure, it must be regulated. And once it is regulated, it must be carried out. What are those steps once it wants to carry out? It has 7 parts and 2 schedules as follows. Number one, establishment of accord, part 1. Once you have registered, established, number 2 is to register. Number 3 is training. Part 4 is privilege of registered person and offenses of unregistered person. Part 5 is discipline. Part 6 is supplementary Supplementary has to do with Schedule 1, Schedule 2, Schedule 3, and you have to follow it accordingly. And what the code of practicing there is a code. There is a code. So the issue handled include the following: responsibility of the AFCON, definition of it, and definition of the advertisement. Definition of advertisement, enhance it, and it must go pari passu. So enhance good advertising, administration of the code, general principle, presentations of claims, special categories of advertisement. We have guidelines, we have vetting guidelines advertisement, which must be legally descended on individual. And these regulations in the area of requiring special attention, you must follow it accordingly. And that is what we are talking about. Thank you very much for your time as we close the curtain for this course. Remember to carry out different advertisement by following the agencies that have been listed behind. So we come to the end of this course for advertising, planning, campaign, and execution. Thank you. I still remain your humble self, Mr. Azuka. God bless you. Bye.